Merhaba, I'm Amal Trabilsi. I'm 22 and I'm from Monastir, Tunisia. I've done my fundamental bachelor degree in English, language, literature, and civilization since June 2017. I've been working as an English teacher in private centers since July 2017. Now I can say that I have a good 10 months of experience, which is full of success and positive feedback. I like drawing. My mother is a painter and she is my source of inspiration. She is also a teacher in kindergarten, and this taught me how to deal with students, with young people, etc. I like listening to music and I enjoy reading books. I always consider teaching English as one of my hobbies. I spend my time or my free time surfing the net because I always look for new classroom activities and teaching techniques, and I always look for innovative ideas to keep my students motivated. I also use internet to work on my virtual club and to work on my events. As far as my experience is concerned, as I said in the very beginning, I am an English teacher and I taught all levels. I also trained classes of business English and communication class. I follow the CLT approach, the communicative language approach, which is built upon the 4 skills. Listening, reading, writing, and speaking and writing. So I try to teach my students all these skills in a communicative atmosphere. I use classroom activities and games suitable with every class and every level, and I pave the way for my students to exchange ideas, to debate, to do role plays, to practice speaking. My class is never a teacher-centered class, it is a student-centered, and a student should be aware that he plays an important role in the play of my lesson plan. A class for me does not only teach vocabulary or grammar, a class for me is a lesson for life. Teachers as well as students learn from each other a lot of lessons. My duty as a teacher is to share hope, love, and motivation among my students. I also believe that teachers should spread hope among his students, and with this method, I spent all my humble experience. Until now, I'm receiving a very good feedback, not only from the boss, but also from all my students. I also received some gifts and some small letters from my students, and their words are amazing. My class is never a teacher-centered class, it is a student-centered, and a student should be aware that he plays an important role in the play of my lesson plan. I also believe that teachers should spread hope among his students, and with this method, I spent all my humble experience. Until now, I'm receiving a very good feedback, not only from the boss, but also from all my students. I also received some gifts and some small letters from my students, and their words are amazing. Apart from this fantastic experience, which is teaching English, I am very active and I am attendant of the House of Youth in my town. You know, the House of Youth is very active and full of different clubs. I am attendant of the Life Skills Club, and this helps me to deal with my students and to understand their personalities and know how to deal with them. I'm also a web radio presenter in the House of Youth and a member of the international organization Masterpiece. I'm also a member of Fikr Association of Book Lovers, in which we read and exchange books, we exchange ideas and opinions, and we often invite young writers to speak about their experience, and they are really inspirational for us. As I love my job, I feel that my duty is to help everyone to communicate better in English. And this was the motivation behind the idea of Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson Club is the English cultural club I established here in Tunisia to help my students and everyone communicate better in English. I don't have like a built center, it is just virtual, and I try to organize events in different places. I organized the English Cultural Day with a Canadian teacher and psychologist in December. I also make or organize the event of Coffee Talk, Big Talk Coffee Talk here in Monastir, and I organized 2 seminars to help them manage stress and how to manage their time also before the exams. Every event I organized is a unique experience and a special event because I always see the satisfaction in my audience's eyes. As far as my personality is concerned, it is obvious from all that experience I was talking about that I am a hard worker and also very responsible and punctual and honest. I'm flexible too. I get comfortable with people from different backgrounds because in Tunis, the capital of Tunisia, I participated in a workshop with natives. I was in a classroom with 10 Americans, native Americans from America, speaking in English and exchanging ideas. My duty was to speak in every situation they asked me for, and this was really challenging. And the good part is I built a good friendship with them, and we go to hang out together out of the center, of course, and they become my friends. But of course nobody is perfect and I have some weaknesses. What I sometimes blame on myself is being impassionate. It is really difficult for me to wait for things to happen. The second thing is I care a lot. I always try to please everyone, and this makes me nervous and disappointed because people don't care about us as we do, and we shouldn't expect things from them. All along these 22 years, I faced a lot of difficult situations. You know, life is full of ups and downs. And what I'm happy for, or what I'm happy about, is these downs taught me to become stronger, to become the strong Amal of today, the strong Umud of today. And of course all this experience makes me skilled. One of the most important skills I have is public speaking. I do like presentations and I'm good at public speaking. I faced a lot of situations in which I present a speech or I talk to a big audience, and this wasn't a nervous experience for me. That it was cool and I didn't feel nervous at all because I'm used to do that in classroom. You know, a teacher should be a charismatic person. When he stands in front of people, he should convince them and influence them. I also have good computer skills, and I can deal with every situation I face. Now, the last thing in this video, I will explain something about why this experience, why I am so persistent. I insisted on going to Turkey and applied in all the projects in Turkey. So I applied for this opportunity because it is very unique and I really need it to achieve my goals. Going to Turkey or teaching in Turkey is one of the goals in my to-do list since years. So I really need to achieve this dream, and I'm really happy because Aiesec provided us with this opportunity. Also, teaching students from another country, from different background, is really challenging. I don't know a lot about the Turkish language, but imagine that in a classroom you have to teach everything in English and you don't have another alternative to explain things. So I will use maybe pictures, I will maybe use gestures to make my students understand or to make myself understood. So this is really challenging, and this will guarantee that the class will be 100% English classroom. Going in such an opportunity will teach me responsibility further and leadership. I'm responsible, yes, but I've experienced responsibility here in my hometown. So being alone in another country outside of Tunisia is something really challenging, and I'm courageous to do that, and I'm really sure that I will make it. And I think that this opportunity will teach me a lot. The most important thing that I'm passionate about is that this opportunity will help me overcome my weaknesses. This opportunity also will open extra future doors and opportunities in front of me in my home country when I come back after this project. So it is very beneficial for my future. This project is a golden opportunity for me to travel to my best destination.